Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I hope you've enjoyed the content that I've been placing on the channel for the past 2 weeks. So this week we're going to talk about how I was president of my university for one day. So one of the things that we do at my university is called SAM Switch, and that is when one student and the university president swap places for a day. So you get to live the life as president while the president lives the life of a student, merely. So a lot of people have asked me like what the experience was like and what I did throughout my day. So I'm just gonna do like a quick video of a rundown of how that whole process even started and what it all included. Let me explain the process. So there's a tweet merely that gets sent out by student activities, and they say to tweet them in 140 characters or less, basically why you want to be president for a day. Like, what would you do if you were president for the day, or what change would you bring about? Like, you know, basically why you. So students, literally any student has the opportunity to do this, and so they go through, I want to say it's a week for you to tweet, you know, like you have one opportunity to tweet throughout a week span on why you think that you should be president for the day. This whole event is to promote Battle of the Piney Woods, and Battle of the Piney Woods is Sam Houston's rival against SFA at NRG in Houston. I use my platform as an Orange Key, so those are the university ambassadors at Sam, and I just said that, you know, if you're in my place for a day as an Orange Key, you know, you could bring about change while, you know, I'm in your position as a student leader, you know. You get the point. So I basically tweeted on that platform, and I had a lot of support from my followers and different people around Sam that retweeted it and favorited it. But the way that they choose the student who gets it isn't based off of like the favoritism that you get on that platform. So it was more so like what they thought would be like the best for the switch. So found out about maybe that the last day that the tweets were due that I was selected for top 10, and so from top 10 became top 3. And so how that works is whenever you're top 10, you have to write an essay on what would your presidential platform be. And so I literally had no idea what I was going to talk about, so I kind of really had to think about what can I use as a platform as president. So I did some brainstorming, and I chose 3 ideas. So the 3 ideas that I chose were, I want to say it was including more healthy options on campus for students, such as like vegan and vegetarian options. I said more lighting on campus because it gets really dark at night, and you know, we want our students to be able to see, and just it lessens the crime rate, if any, at possible. And then I said to have a diversity appreciation video because our school was recently recognized for diversity. That proposal was to then be presented to the president's cabinet, which was a whole nother thing, which blew my mind because I had met pretty much all of the people who are on the president's cabinet through events from Orange Keys, because we have the opportunity to meet, you know, people who are in a higher position. So not necessarily like nervous in the sense I didn't know who they were. It was more like nervous because these are really important people, and you know, even though the platform was just to be like a part of my day, like it wasn't for a grade, it wasn't like, if you don't do good, this is gonna go on your report, nothing like that. So it was really just something fun, but I took it serious since like I actually did have to present it like as if I were president for the day, and this is my team and I have to hear back from them. So I even still have the whole proposal that I prepared. So it was like literally a whole document, like it's like 10 pages, and they literally went through it, you know, but I was to go through it briefly as they looked through it. So I had to include like graphics and things throughout the proposal to keep them interested, because who wants to just, of course, look at a bunch of writing. And I included calendars. I had to basically back up what I was saying and why. And then I also had to have my resume included in this whole thing. I didn't go into this blind. I had prepared, actually, once I found out that I was top 3, it was like maybe an hour later that I found out that I had actually gotten it after I submitted my essay. And so then once I found that out, it was maybe a day later, I got with one of the people from student activities, and she kind of coached me through the whole process and how it would be ran from even before the actual day as president, because I had to create this proposal, have certain things in it. And so through that, I was given another sheet, And it was just to talk about proposal, how the day's gonna go, when we're gonna switch back, because that's the other thing, you know, you have to switch back, can't stay president. Day one of being president, and day one only, because it was only a day, and I had a whole itinerary to follow. So the first thing that I had to do was park in the president's parking spot, which was really cool. So throughout the day, we both had a videographer that basically followed us throughout the day to get footage and, you know, shadow us. So then I arrived to the president's office, and I basically, you know, briefed myself before the president's cabinet proposal. So that was the big thing that was supposed to happen in the morning. So that happened. After the cabinet proposal, I then had a meeting with one of the ladies from the president's office. She's a VP. I'm not going to say names because, you know, it's sort of still confidential. And then I got a tour of our expansion that is happening with our student center. So that's a really big thing that's happening, and we're getting a bowling alley and a pub and a new pizza place and a steak and shake. So that was really awesome, just to see the development of the school and just even to get a tour of, you know, how everything works. After the tour, I had lunch with some really cool people, and the lunch was great. So for lunch, I had crawfish bisque. That was the first appetizer. And then I had a salad. And then after the salad, I had a steak with some amazing like cream sauce. I don't even know what kind of sauce it was. And there was quail. And then for dessert, we had like this spiced banana cake. I'm not even sure, but it was great. You know, it was for sure presidential status. And after that, I met with an associate dean. It was also in the president's office. So a lot of the meetings that I had, people came to me, as it would happen normally that people go to the president's office for these meetings. So they would come to me, and then we would have a meeting in the office and talk about actual things that were going on campus. So in one specific instance, one of the people that came to me wanted more exposure for an organization on campus, so I used my platform as an advice columnist for our school newspaper to talk about their organization, to give them some highlight. And so after that, you know, had a break, you know, just a quick, wow, I don't know what that was. But I had a quick debrief, you know, just to catch my breath, pull myself together for another little tour of facilities management. So I got to ride in the golf cart across campus, across traffic. It was really cool, and I just got to see how everything is ran from the other side of campus. So literally the air, the lights, the doors being locked on campus is all controlled from this building. And one of my favorite things about that particular part of the day is that I saw how keys were made for different professors and like just different people on campus. So I said, I want a keymate to everything on campus. I was like, as your president, that's what I request. And so of course they made me a key. Of course it doesn't open anything, but it was a really nice takeaway. So my key is, let's see, where is it? Gotta find it. I know, oh, here it is. So they engraved Prez on the key. So if you can see it, it says Prez. And that was a really cute little token of the day. So after that, I went back to the president's office and I did a film on how my day was, you know, what I thought about everything. Then we switched back places at Firefest, and Firefest is a fireworks show that also promotes the Battle of the Piney Woods and gets students to come out and, you know, hype up the game. And so we then, you know, spoke about how our day was briefly, and then we switched back officially. And then the president invited me to an alumni luncheon with her the next day to sit with her at the VIP table. So I was like, say what, girl? That was also to promote the game, and it was kind of like a coach's kickoff. So the coach from SAM and the coach from SFA just talked about, you know, their tactics they were going to use in the game, and, you know, how they were going to win this thing. And of course we won, you know, not to brag, eat 'em up cats. The next thing that we did was go to the game. And so we didn't go to the game together, but me and my mom sat in the student activity suite, so that was really nice as well. And it was just an opportunity to be with other students and just, you know, enjoy food while watching the game. and then I met with the president on the field when we got all access passes. The last thing that we did was we had breakfast together that following Tuesday. So it was me, the president, and the VP of Student Affairs, and she was able to tell me what she enjoyed as a student. So now we're going to talk about what she actually did throughout the day. So as I was handling the presidential duties of the university, the president, which was the student for the day, she parked away at our football stadium area, which is student parking, and she had to walk from the far away student parking that we have on campus, and she then started her day and went to my class. So that was the first part of her day, was to go to class, and she took a quiz for me, which she passed, and she was a little nervous about that, but I was like, it's all good, you know, I was gonna take whatever grade I got. I think by default I got a 100, but she did pass anyway. And after that class, I want to say, work. So she went to work for me, and so I'm a writing tutor on campus, so she actually tutored a student and had that opportunity to have one-on-one and, you know, coach that student in their writing process. And then she went to class again for me, and it was one of my technical writing classes, and so she really liked that class because she had to create a graphic design and, you know, explain it through technical writing. And then she met up with the newspaper. So since I write for the newspaper, she was able to come up with ideas to promote the homecoming edition, and she did mention that that was her favorite part of the day, since, you know, she really enjoyed the newspaper aspect, and like she always reads the newspaper and she's in the news, so it was like right up her alley. So I was just happy, like, you know, she had different things to do throughout the day, like class, my job, and something I do on the side. It's really a once in a lifetime opportunity. You know, I really think that every student who is at least interested in higher ed, or is just happy to be a student, I guess, they should go for it, because I'm just really happy that I was able to do it. You know, I met so many great people, great conversation, made connections. It was just a really awesome opportunity. Like I said, I'm just really happy that I decided to go for it again, because of what if I wouldn't have, you know, I wouldn't have been president for a day. So now people around school definitely still call me president, and I'm like, guys, my title is retired, but I appreciate the love. I hope you enjoyed this video, because that was pretty much just a rundown of what it was like being president for the day. I just think that, you know, I was really blessed for this opportunity, really honored to have served in that position, and now, you know, I will be called president. I enjoy that nickname. So she's president and I'm her mini-me. So yeah, I hope you like this video, and stay tuned for next week's material.